Going on, guys? It's been like, I don't even know how many days since I did a reading, but or at least for y'all. But yeah, in honor of this Aries moon, I'm doing an Aries reading. Really, I was like, I was thinking about like just the alignments today, like the Cancer Sun Aries moon, and like I don't know, not a lot of thoughts were coming to me, except for like the common like type of buzzwords everybody uses, like like bringing your passions to like your comfort, your family type, or your internal family. That's why I like to look at Cancer energy. Like although it's like external family as well as like nurturing that, that's what it is, but it's also like how you nurture your internal family, your internal chakras, how you treat yourself, you know, and like just having that concept in my head, like it kind of helps me like connect with myself on a deeper level, you know, because like sometimes I'll be like, okay, what does the family need? But like I'm not thinking like externally wise, I'm thinking about like my internal alignments, like my the different pieces of myself, right? Well, it's not me, but it's like what I made me to be. But yeah, so just like checking in with that, be like, hey, what does the family need? You know what I mean? Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna do an Aries reading. All right, I think I've done one before. I don't know if I posted it though. So I'm gonna click page 2. Oh, page 2. His name was Forrest Mars. How fitting of Aries for his last name to be Mars. I want to do that. I don't know who that is. I want to do him. Pause. Paul. Forrest Mars Sr. Damn. Virgo MC, Virgo North Node. He came here to be known. With that North Node MC conjunction. Oh, that plays out kind of interestingly because of his Aries moon being at probably like 0 degrees in some minutes, maybe 1 degree, but it's like opposing his North Node and his midheaven in Virgo, so it's like, oh, that plays out weird because like a King Kunks, Aries Virgo natural King Kunks, but then you put it in the realm of an opposition, so that's good. That's good because I was reading a book. It said like King Kunks plays out like if everything in your life is like going wrong or whatever. So like squares and oppositioned up, and like you come home and like you got like I don't know, your kitchen ain't looking like the way you want it to look. Like the kitchen ain't like the main thing in your life that's going wrong, right? So it's just like another little added piece to like what's all going wrong, right? So that's like how King Kungs plays out, where it's not like so dire where it's like calling for you to take action on it, but it's like you know you want to change it, but it's just like nothing is forcing you to do it. You know what I mean? Like it has to be like on your own will to actually be like, okay, what is going on with this? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool. Because the opposition forced you to deal with that, you know? And the Sun conjunct in Jupiter, conjunct Mercury. You throw Mars in there too. The expansion and amplification of sense of self and thinking capabilities. But he probably thought he was like super smart. He probably was, but like he really thought that like egotistical type, or maybe not. You know. But he probably could have that kind of mindset due to his North Node and MC being in Virgo. Like once he like starts like applying his mind. Excuse me. Once he starts applying his mind, like it's natural for him to like look at the details and like be like damn, I keep burping. Excuse me. Like he's called to look at the details to like sort of back up that intellectual reach he has. Damn, Pluto Gemini? Right, this is in 1904. Oh, wow. Pluto opposite. That's not like totally opposite, but Pluto opposite Uranus. Like fitting into, that's damn near Grand Cross. Pluto opposite Uranus, and then that's scoring his Pisces. Mercury opposite his Virgo midheaven in North Node. Seeing the darkness of social structures and knowing how to bring change to it. Being like pulled to bring change to it. Cause like that's what it's brought to his awareness, brought to his mental capabilities, his processing units, his the sense the way he like pulls meaning out of his situations in life, the way he experiences is helping him process the natures of Uranus and Pluto that are squaring his Pisces Mercury. Yeah, he could probably pick up on like he probably like was like psychic or something, like the type of psychic that would be like he could like see like laws being passed, or just like social causes being like displayed on like news news stations or whatever. Like basically he would see like what is being pushed out as an agenda, right, into the world, and like he could probably like just intuitively know like where it was going and like what it would lead to in terms of like the effect it had on people's psyche, the effect it would have on the way the world would be changing. Like he could like see where that shit was going. And he very much so was the spiritual warrior. That's like indicative of the Jupiter Mars context, and that's pretty like having them somewhat conjunct. I've also read in a book like ringing a bell is like something you could tie to conjunctions. So like when planets are close together, like when you like hit on one planet, the other planet is like right next to it. So when you hit on that planet, the bell rings for both of them like at the same time, right? So whenever he was like experiencing like experiencing situations that dealt with like knowing his own self, what was his own self and what was the environment, right? He was able to like push for that sense of self and like not be like, okay, I know this is me and this is that, and like being like cowardly, like how do you say, like shrinking himself or whatever. Nah, he had the ability to fight that due to Mars being that close to his Jupiter and Aries, and then also helping with that me versus we type of energy, or what is being pushed upon me and what is like truly me. That Aries energy was being helped with that T square with the Pluto, Uranus, and his Mercury. Like probably before it was even a situation that was being imposed on him to like change or something, or to like I'm coming from the perspective of like change in terms of like big structures, like changing, like laws changing, different narratives that society creates changing around him, right? Like he would not let that impose on him, right? And then like whenever like all that stuff was taking place, like even before it took place, even like there was like baby steps into like cause you know how they like they show you what they're gonna do first, like they pass it in a law or something, or like they show it in like a movie or some type of entertainment, or so like they try to get something into your psyche, right? Since he was like tapped into his like generational psyche, like that's not the words I wanted to use, like the generational programming, right? Since his Mercury was square to that, and then like he was like naturally picking up on it and like having to do something with that information that he came into, and it's like he had to be like a person that shared like how this would affect the individual if whatever social implications that are like being brought upon the people play out. Yeah, and then with that Sagittarius ascendant, that's like it, uh, being open to explore different perspectives of life from different cultures, different people, same thing as culture, different basically the not afraid to venture off and discover new horizons, not afraid to think broadly and know that there's more out there than what you might currently be in due to your environment or your surroundings. Like knowing there's more out there and like willing to go see it and integrate that into like your own like type of self philosophy, self exploration through like travel, not just physical, it would be mental too. For sure, with that Mercury and Pisces, kinda trying Neptune and Cancer. Bam. So Neptune and Cancer, that's like illusions, like changing of illusions and beliefs on the home structure, on how you relate to family. 1904. I don't know much about history, but like something was happening. But damn. And the Saturn in Aquarius, what does that hit? Sextile his Mars, somewhat sextile his Jupiter. Might be, nah, whatever. Mars sextile Saturn. So the opportunity to take action to build, like with the Saturn being in Aquarius, that's like changing of the social structures. Damn, so that scenario I was describing, it probably was playing out, like the restructuring of the collective idea on like establishment, restructuring the collective idea on the morality of society and like humanitarian type views. Like there's probably some type of like social movements going on at this time when he was born, and like that he came into to see. And then that Mars in Aries is like that going after what one wants and like not letting the environment dictate that. So whatever social movement was going on, either he was like very like he didn't get lost in it and pursued like whatever was truest to him, and like which was probably like autonomy of the self and like learning how to like the small minute details, like the basically like the all the little pieces of groundwork that was needed to be autonomous, you know. Probably like I'm saying that because of the Virgo North Node and MC in Virgo, and then the autonomous part with the Moon in Taurus. So like wanted like the internal drive to be self-sufficient, the internal drive to like be like stable, like to have one's own back and be able to care for those around him because of his security and type of structure he has made for himself, right? Yeah. And then that Venus in Pisces, cuspy of Aquarius. I'm not too sure how that would fit into this whole like theme of excuse me, autonomy and like deciphering what is like of oneself and what is being imposed by like society or something, right? Because Pisces likes to like dissolve into things, you know, be lost into things. Like I say be lost and dissolve as in like means of connection, right? Like we are so close that like we just mesh, right? That probably helped in his delivery of information. Like that probably softened up his Mars and all his Aries natures, right? His Mars, Jupiter, and Sun. Like his aggression might not have been he was aggressive in his like views and like how do you say views, the way he saw the world or whatever. Aggressive in the meaning like he didn't care what like the society was saying and stuff, like I've been saying before. But that Pisces, Mercury, and Venus, they help in his delivery of like meshing with the people he was speaking of, right? That Pisces nature, and then being able to persuade them into whatever type of narrative he was saying or pushing for, right? Or whatever type of self-autonomy he was pushing for. Yeah, and then having Cancer in the eighth house with Neptune in there. Emo's death was most infinitely was psychic. Damn, his MC's all the way over there. So his fourth house would be right here in Aries. Big ass third house. But him having all this in his third house right here, that would very much so help him being like a speaker orator type of person, being able to convey information and like take in and like decipher like what needed to be kept and what needed to be discarded type of energy. And then if this is in his fourth house, his Sun, Jupiter, and Mars, it might have been he was picking up on like the social things and stuff like that, like I was describing before. But then also, there's probably like some type of like belief he was lost in, like from his own like upbringing in life, due to Neptune squaring the Sun and Jupiter, and to somewhat degree Mars. And you know, that Neptune and Mercury connection is more like a square, to be honest. But it plays out like it's of a trine nature, but it plays out like a square. So that actually really helped. That has the potential to really help that Neptune square Sun and Jupiter and Mars, because that comes with like having to change beliefs on like your identity, having to change like the beliefs around the way you extract wisdom of your experiences, and having to change your beliefs on like change your beliefs due to, I'm trying to say like your motives, your desires, right, are based off of like what you believe about yourself, right? So having Neptune, your beliefs, your really Jupiter's beliefs, but like, I say Neptune is beliefs because of like you say that's like delusions, right? Your creativity, like, because at the end of the day, like, your creativity is what you believe, right? But yeah, so having to like so like when you're what you desire, like what you like pushes you to go for things, is based off of like your own type of internal imagination, your own type of beliefs you have, right? So having to like learn how to care for others and not so much of the self. But really, it's not like ditching yourself and going to care for others. It's like learning that type of balance, learning to like not go too far in one area of like losing yourself with like trying to connect to the imagination of others, trying to connect to the internal worlds of others, right? Like trying to play into like I was about to say trying to play into how people see you. But he wouldn't do that. And due to his Aries energy and then that Taurus moon, I don't think that Pisces might probably not so cut and dry. There's probably like times he did, times he didn't, right? But through all those learning experiences of like changing beliefs and like having a more changing into a more healthy belief system, right, was helped by the square between Neptune and Mercury, due to it like playing out as a square but being more of like a trine aspect due to them being in the same element, right? So the way he like interpreted like the belief system, it could have been like very much so lost in it, right? But that just means he was like familiar with it. So when the time came for him to mature and kind of like change that Neptune around, right, in order to better advance his Aries energies and just his whole type of energies in general in the chart, whenever the time came for that, it was like, it's not like a foreign world to him, is what I'm trying to get at. So it's not like he had to learn something entirely new. Like he was already very familiar with that, with swimming around in the imagination and like the internal world and like belief systems and stuff like that. It's just maybe he found out like he was upholding something he didn't want to uphold anymore, and then changing that. It probably made it a little bit harder if that Neptune really is in the 8th house. So like having to swim a little deeper to access it, you know? Which probably wasn't like new to him either. You know, with the Sagittarius ascendant, he was ready to go and travel into the dark waters, you know? He wasn't scared. He wasn't scared. And that Taurus moon, once he got over the facts of like maybe holding on to like emotional states for too long, right, and learning how to like that he was able to change emotional states or whatever. Yeah, very much so learning how to do that because of Uranus conjuncting the moon. Like once he got over that quincunx right there, it would be like him like being able to like change his state on an instant type energy, and that would bleed over to the Neptune in Cancer, and like being able to have the emotional stamina of like I can change, being brought into the belief system that he's very much so familiar with navigating in the deep internal natures of his self, right? And then so then that in turn would like help out all of his whole chart. And then through that process of like swimming in and like identifying things, Virgo North Node, MC and Virgo, like it would be I don't know. I started thinking about like what he would have been in life. You know what I mean? Because it's just describing his energy. It's not necessarily saying like. I was kind of like saying like he would have been like an activist or something, right? But like through his like anyways through like his like swimming in the internal world and stuff like that, like being very how do you say, analyzing in it with his North Node in Virgo and MC in Virgo, and like giving names to things, giving names, titles, like giving processes for things in like the internal world, right? So like giving processes and names to like how to change a belief. I kind of want to say he was a psychologist, not gonna lie. Or like or at least he was inclined to those type of things, right? Because I'm not sure what like a Virgo MC would be, because like MC is like what you're known for in life, and Virgo is like very meticulous, very detail oriented. Could be like type of service work. So service work, that could be a therapist, providing that service of listening to people, right? Um, hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about that Chiron right there. I didn't touch it, but that's like wounding around structures, wounding around maybe not having the stamina to build the structure, right? So the wounding around like maybe the way he structured his life, the way he structured it, his personality, his the way he communicated, the way he like what he valued, just like normal type of things, right, that everybody goes through. But in terms of like prioritization, probably wounding around prioritization, right? And like what is important. And that fits in kind of nicely with everything else I've been describing. And then having that trine his moon and his north node in MC. So he pretty much so was like, I was gonna say comfortable with like his path in life, what he wanted to comfortable with what he had to portray and what he had to be, what he was, in terms of like noticing things that were just changing of the society, right? And like navigating the internal realm in the correlation to that, right? And knowing how things would affect that internal world due to his own like venture into it, into his own, and like sharing a type of service to the world that would be like that would be like basically talking about his experience due to Mercury contacting those up there. So it's like having to balance what he experienced and like his ways of processing that with his what he's seen in the world, with his what he's called to do, the uncomfortable experiences he has in the world. That time with the North Node. Yeah, he was like an orator of some type. For sure. Psychologist type. That's what I think. I'm gonna scroll down and look at him. Dude made candy bars. He was an American businessman and the driving force of the Market Candy Empire. He is best known for introducing Milky Way and chocolate candy bars and M&M's chocolate candy, as well as orchestrating the launch of Uncle Ben's rice. He was the son of Candy Man. I wouldn't have thought a Virgo MC, Virgo North Node, would be making candy. Hey, that Pisces Mercury, bro. That Pisces Mercury. what all I said still rings true. Dude make candy, bro. I gotta look into like what else he did, bro. Cause he could have done a lot with this. Not saying like he didn't do nothing, but like, you know, there's potential for a lot right here. A lot. South Node conjunct Sun. South Node conjunct Mercury. Mm. Taurus Moon candy bars. Okay. Okay. I think Virgos do like sugar a lot. Cause it like, um, and food in general. Cause like the complexities of flavor, right? Like, think of that in Ratatouille, where like, they was like eating the strawberry and the cheese or something. Like they're like seeing all the colors or whatever. Like when they like mix the flavors and stuff like that. I feel like it's that type of energy when like Virgos eat foods and stuff, like being able to identify the different flavors and things like that. Yeah, this was cool. This was fun. Yeah. All right. This is gonna conclude this reading. The natal chart reading of Forrest Mars Sr. Natal chart reading number 6. This concludes it. If you made it this far, thank you for watching.